Welcome back, everybody. I feel like it's been forever since I made a video. It's just been crazy with all the holiday stuff and getting all my trees put away for winter, winterizing them. I had to build a small greenhouse. I'm sure you've seen all those shorts. And now what I've been wanting to do, I've been wanting to do this since before Halloween, but what I did was I actually bought some pumpkins because I had a crazy idea that pumpkins themselves are actually in nature designed to keep the seeds of the pumpkin plant from getting eaten by animals, from getting all moldy and nasty and just basically rotting away. Basically keeps them nice and safe inside the pumpkin so that the following year they can grow into another pumpkin plant. So in my mind, I just was thinking, well, there's probably some type of antifungal, anti-mold properties to all of the nasty stuff inside of a pumpkin. As well as there's probably some pretty good nutrients in there. And also, one really good thing about a pumpkin is it's a pretty thick layer of insulation. It would be almost like putting your pot inside of like a foam cooler. So the crazy idea I had was, well, what if we turn the pumpkin into a temporary winter storage pot? And that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna take both of these pumpkins, I'm just gonna cut the tops off. I'm not gonna empty out anything inside if I don't have to. If I can fit the roots of the plants that I'm gonna be using inside this, they're just gonna get shoved in there. Everything's gonna go in. And then I'm gonna cut carefully the top that I've removed so that just the trunk is coming out where the stem is. And then I'm gonna put the top back on. I'm gonna drill a couple holes in the bottom so that there is a little bit of drainage. Lightly water the plants, put the covers back on, and then they're just gonna sit all winter long. And I'm actually gonna put these out in the open. The whole point of this experiment is I wanna see, will a pumpkin keep the roots of these two plants from freezing? And it gets cold up here in the state of Maine. I mean, it gets down well below zero. There's definitely weeks where it's in the teens the entire week. So it gets very, very cold. Now, the two plants I'm gonna use, two totally different hardiness zones. So I have a very basic azalea. I got this for about $9, end of the year sale, last one they had. And then I just have a old gold juniper. Same deal, got this thing. I actually got this one at 60% off. And I'm just gonna literally just stick it in the pumpkin. I've already gone ahead, taken the dirt off the roots as much as I could so that it'll actually fit in there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these tops off and get going on this. So I'll probably start with the bigger one, get the juniper planted, and then go on to the smaller one with the azalea. And I guess we'll see how this works. All right, so actually there's very little filling in this one compared to a normal pumpkin, which is kind of surprising. But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead, like I said, we're just gonna shove the roots in there. Hopefully they'll fit. If not, I'll have to do a little root trimming, but some nice healthy roots here, so I really don't want to. I think we can get it in there. Oh yeah, perfect. Actually fits perfectly. I did not plan that, to be honest. I thought for sure I'd be trimming roots. Looks kind of, actually looks kind of cool. But, so, like I said, I'm gonna trim the stem out of here. Actually, I do have to cut a few roots. Where are my scissors? Okay. So these roots are actually coming down from a branch. They're not actually coming off of the base of the trunk. So that's going to interfere with putting the top of the pumpkin back on. So that small little batch of roots can come right out of there. All right. Now for the top. So. All right, so that's number one. Sticker out here. So that is our juniper pumpkin. And now for the little one, we're gonna pull up the azalea, little pumpkin, get that one going. All right, so this one's got a lot more in it than the other one did, but I still think I can just mush it over to the sides, be able to shove this thing right in here. I almost forgot, I'm gonna take the top back off the other one, but we gotta get some water in here. When I go outside, I'll drill the 2 holes in the bottom, maybe 3. We'll let any standing water drain out. But I do want to get some water in here. That one was pretty dry. The other one wasn't as dry as this one is. But I still am gonna have to get more water into that other one. Now, I think this one's sitting a little too high to get that lid back on. So I'll have to trim the stuff right here. I got all that off. That should give it enough room to actually sit down flush. All right, and there is the azalea. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna take these outside, use my drill. I'm gonna put 2 to 3 holes in the bottom of each one, water the juniper, and time will tell how this works, I guess. My only concerns are root rot, maybe mold from the roots not getting any air, but honestly, I think this is gonna work pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a really good trick. Not that this is something you could do with all of your bonsai trees, but you know, if you just had a couple, you could definitely do this, especially if you're taking a nursery pot and you're gonna repot it anyways in the spring. This might be a really cool trick to kind of get you halfway there, keep it throughout the winter, and then come spring, all you gotta do is rip it out of there, clean off the roots a little better, and then throw it in a bonsai pot. So I'm gonna go throw these outside and let's just see what happens, I guess. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe if you want to see what happens to these things. Come on now, you guys know me better than that. I can't leave this looking like this. I'm gonna have to make this look like some type of bonsai tree. You guys stick in there. Let's just trim this thing up a bit and make it look kind of cool. special, definitely not the final shape, but now at least it looks like the bonsai tree a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out on the patio, out in the open. Not gonna tuck it up against the wall or anything, it's just gonna sit on the ground. Alright everybody, I just got done drilling the holes, putting them out here on the patio. They're gonna sit here on the table. This is not protected from the wind at all. It's above the patio wall, all the way around. So all winter long, both of these trees are just gonna get hammered. Wind, snow, ice, rain, everything. And we'll see how they survive in these pumpkins. One thing I don't think I really mentioned much about is the azalea. They grow here in Maine naturally, but they have to be in the ground. If you're in a pot, these things have to go in a garage or some type of cold storage, because, you know, these, like I said, we can go weeks on end in, you know, the teens, sometimes single digits, and even have many, many nights below zero, sometimes well below zero. Last year I think we hit -30. So that's Fahrenheit, -30 degrees Fahrenheit. And yeah, that azalea definitely would not make it if it was just sitting out here in a pot. So if it survives in that pumpkin, that's pretty awesome. The juniper, it may survive if you're just sitting out here in a pot, but it definitely really should be down against the wall with the pot kind of covered in some mulch at least, if not in a garage or some type of cold storage as well. Especially with next to no dirt around the roots, which you guys saw it. Literally just shoved it in the pumpkin with roots hanging out everywhere. So again, if that one survives, especially after I trimmed it all up, that's pretty awesome. Definitely would show that the pumpkins add enough of an insulation layer to actually make these plants survive throughout the winter. So check back in with you in the spring on this experiment, and we'll see how these trees, or if these trees survived. Thanks for watching everybody. Subscribe, like the video. See you on the next one.